Are you overwhelmed by the different permanent makeup machines and restricted by your budget so you cannot get this choice wrong? In this video, I'm going to introduce you to a new permanent makeup machine that will change the way you work and level up your business. On its release date on social media, it got nearly 50 million views, and I just got to try it out. I recently went to a conference in Slovakia as a judge in a permanent makeup competition. Yeah, I know what you're thinking, it's all glitz and glam and networking, but actually, I'm still working. Permanent makeup is always evolving and improving, so going to these events allows me to see what new tech is hitting the market, and I can bring that information to you so that you can improve your skills too. So without further ado, let me introduce you to a game-changing machine I found while I was in Slovakia. Still working. This is the Fleis Smart pen. Smart by name and smart by nature. This slick bit of kit is lightweight, wireless, it comes with a 10-hour battery life and an extra battery. But this doesn't sound different to any other machine. What's the secret? To properly understand how this machine works differently than the others, you first need to understand stroke length and hit and how they massively affect whether you can produce good quality work. This is something that the artists in my email list have been getting guidance on recently and understanding its importance. So what do I mean by the stroke length? Imagine you're boxing. At first you stand an inch away from the pad. That's not going to have much of an impact on it. Now stand a foot away and with the same speed and power, keep hitting. Those punches will feel harder. That's the same as machine hit. The stroke length is the distance the needle travels in and out. The machine decides this, so if you have a 2mm stroke length machine, the needle is going in 2mm and out 2mm every time. If it's a 4mm stroke length, it goes in 4 and out 4. So the larger the stroke length, the harder the needle hits. And in permanent makeup, that means the more pigment you'll implant quicker, as the force is greater. But that's not great for eyelids that are really thin and prone to pigment migration, or older ladies with really thin skin. A hard hit will just tear their skin to bits. So do you need just a short stroke machine to be on the safe side? Well, no, there's two big disadvantages of only having a short stroke machine. One is that the hit won't be able to get through tougher skins, and number two is down to needle hang. So now we understand stroke length and hit. Well, the stroke length decides how far we leave the needle poking out of the end of the cartridge. Every time it goes back inside, it needs to pick up enough pigment to just cover the needle. If you leave it too short, then the needle goes in too far, picks up too much pigment and then floods all over your work. If you leave it out too far, then not enough needle goes back into the cartridge, so the needle's too dry and there's not enough pigment flow to work properly. So the needle hang has to correspond to the stroke length. If it's a 2mm stroke length, you leave your needle out 2mm, thereabouts. Or if it's 3.5, you leave it out 3.5 to get proper flow of pigment. So what's the problem with a needle only sticking out 2mm? If you look at a 2mm needle hang, it can only implant into the skin in a small area before it starts to lift out of the skin. So you're restricted to slow work in a very small area. You can't do long movements. So that's why I've always said in the past that you really need a few machines if you're going to be able to carry out every technique on every skin type. Until now. The Fleis pen can work on every skin type and do every kind of permanent makeup treatment because this machine has an adjustable stroke length. It has 6 different settings from 2mm all the way up to 3.5, which is even powerful enough to use on the body. There's no need to open the machine, you can just twist it to change it as you work. I tried it in Slovakia and was blown away by how the different settings implant pigment.
Still working.
If you want the most Instagrammable results with soft velvety pixels, then this 2mm setting will give you that. It will suit mature skins and is perfect for eyeliner. You'll also find nano strokes of breeze because the risk of going too deep is less because of the soft hit. This medium stroke will suit most techniques and clients and gives you a larger area to work. If you want stronger colour and faster implantation, then the 3.5mm stroke will give you this. It will get lips finished quicker and is perfect for tougher skin types. So, does this machine suit a beginner, especially if the price tag is a little higher than others that are also pretty reputable? Well, how successful do you want to be as a permanent makeup artist? My job is to mentor people to level up the skills. If you want a steady stream of happy clients to make you a successful artist, you're going to have to be good. And when artists send me their work with banding in the shading and ask me how they can improve, I say the same thing. The machine is too fast for your hand. Turn your machine down. And then they all tell me the same thing.
That's as low as this machine goes.
You are tattooing someone's face. If you want beautiful scattered pixels and seamless shading, you need a machine that can do that. This machine turns all the way down to 3 volts. Having incorrect tools really is ruining your business. So for an investment in just one machine, you don't need all these others, leaving you to spend the difference of thousands of dollars on other things in your business to propel it forward, or just on other things. Still working. So all these amazing settings in the Fleis pen are going to make you into a better artist, but only if you understand needles too. Machines and needles work together to create great work. So if you choose the wrong needle for your client's skin, then no machine can save you. There are so many different considerations to take into account when you're picking a needle for a treatment. So follow this video tutorial for the next step towards great results.
Still working.